Hello everyone. Myself Dr. Babita Parashar, Head Department of Education, Manav Rachna University, Faridabad, welcomes you all to our session on Science for All. Let us begin with the session with sharing the objectives for the same session. We'll identify with science as a social endeavor to describe the importance of scientific literacy in our day-to-day life and interpret the events in day-to-day life with a scientific attitude. So these are the objectives for this particular session, and as we progress through the session, we will be working on the same. Before we begin with the session, let's little brainstorm. If we ask any common man that what do you understand by science, or what images does the mention of science creates in your mind? The three pictures which I'm sharing here are based on an informal research study which I did. We asked everyone around from our helping staff in the school to in the marketplace, the hawkers, the vendors, our housemaids. When we asked them that what do you understand by science, through science they understand space. So there are spacecraft, satellites to be launched. Through science, they could relate to surgeons performing very intricate, difficult surgeries. And through science, they understand a lab setup where chemicals are boiling, and they also mention scientists who's alone with overgrown hair. So these were the few concepts which were being related to science. When we asked people, anyone we came across, that what is the first image that comes to your mind when we mention science as a word? On the contrary, when we talk about science for all, actually science is the plier that we use in our houses, which everyone uses. Nothing technical what a surgeon would do, but plier is an equal science as any surgical instrument is. Bulb is equally an origin of science as any boiling chemical in the laboratory, sorry. And the similar way, the plow which is used in agricultural field is equally a result of science advancement as a space launch vehicle is. So when we talk about science for all, we first need to bring that awareness that science is not a subject, science is not something which is confined to the elite and the intellectuals. We as science educator need to convince each one and everyone that anything which has a logic, which arouses curiosity in you, which motivates you to investigate, explore, is science. Now, science education, when we talk about science for all, we are aiming at science education which would prepare citizens to deal with global concerns, such as the effects of pollution. We also asked few people that you should switch off the vehicle you're driving, the engine you should be switched off when there is a traffic light. So when there was an obvious question that who am I to suggest them anything. So then there was a group of us and we said that we have a limited fuel, and if we are wasting it on the traffic signal, we will be soon running out of the fuel. To your surprise, I'll share, they asked, okay, for how many years will last with the fuel? I said, maybe next 100 years. And that too is an exaggeration. The reply from this gentleman was, am I going to live 100 years? So we are not identifying with the global concern, and that makes science education for all as a dire necessity. We do not identify with the national concerns such as population growth. That another reason that science education has to be to each and everyone. The local problems, agricultural waste disposal. Through newspapers, I am being informed that if I'm burning my agricultural waste or agricultural remnants in the field itself, it is causing a lot of pollution. I'm still doing that. Malnutrition, sanitation and hygiene, tropical diseases and their prevention, the social issues. So when we talk about science for all, it is not confined to the laboratories or the space stations or the hospitals. Science is something which happens every day to us, and we need to be vigilant about the same. Scientific literacy is the ability to critically observe, describe what you observe, explain it in simple words, predict natural phenomena, and ask questions derived from that curiosity. So when we are working towards science for all, scientific literacy is the first stage or the first step which we all aspire for. So we need people who are thinkers, people who are able to put their thought process in words, they're able to explain, and they're able to question the established norms, they're able to question their observations, they're able to question the natural phenomenon too. Myth versus fact. The ability to think rationally is the first stage which we qualify if I have a scientific attitude. Cat crossing your way, owl in your balcony are some of the bad omens which we have come across. In your NIOS booklets also, you'll come across an example that Gopal and his father were moving to the market. On their way, a cat crossed the way of Gopal and his father. Gopal was immediately stopped by his father and asked to move 7 steps back. Gopal confused that how cat crossing the road and how moving 7 steps back is going to help. But he did not question the father, and the father was convinced that this will bring bad omen, or whatever they are going for will not complete. When we talk about think rationally, something which we would try to inculcate in our students is that not being sounding offensive or not being not obeying the father, but Gopal could have requested the father that we are just going to fetch vegetables from the market and we have already reached the market. Let us try to explore that. If that does not complete, I would trust or I would believe in your belief of cat crossing your way and your mission not accomplished. If not so, you would trust me that it is any animal who was frightened, and to safeguard or in search of food, this animal was on the road and we just happened to be there. So when we talk about scientific literacy, ability to think rationally is a core part of it. We start questioning what has been believed for generations by then. Ability to observe. We would try to inculcate those keen observer in everyone, not only the students who are coming to our class, but everyone we come across as a part of the society. A lot of tropical diseases being broken in your society after the rainy season. Communicable diseases, the diseases which are borne by insects. And then students are able to relate that because there was a stagnant water here, because they were breeding ground for mosquitoes, and this was the result that every time after the rainy season, we come across a breakout of these communicable diseases. But then that need to be done in the right spirit also. I'll share a very light-hearted example here. Once I was a team member of a malaria awareness team. So we made some presentations for our for the students and the people in the urban areas. So it was a presentation where we would enlarge the mosquito and share with them that this is the Anopheles mosquito which causes malaria. So make sure that there is no stagnant water, so that this mosquito is not breeding near your house, so that you can eradicate mosquito, or at least you can control the number of people who are suffering from malaria. The same presentation we also took to a village area in the western UP belt. Again, we enlarged the mosquito. So this was a school group which we were dealing with. And then there is this boy who stood up from the group and said that that if this is the mosquito which causes malaria, none of us will be ever suffering from malaria. Now this raised lot of queries in me, that this village has a lot of stagnant water, health and hygiene standards are low, and how come this child is so confident that he or she or anyone in the village will never suffer from malaria. On exploring further, the child was not able to relate with the size of the mosquito, and he says, because we do not have such huge mosquitoes in our village, we cannot suffer from malaria. So that was the ability to observe. Now we have to connect it, that it is just the enlarged version where we are helping you to identify some physical features of the mosquito. So that is one of the other ways that through a scientific attitude, the keen observes are being nurtured. Ability to classify. We keep telling our students that these are biodegradable, these are non-biodegradable, this is the life of non-biodegradable. Once a polythene material has been created, has been used, it is going to be there forever. Even if you burn it, remnants of it will stay in the environment. The poisonous gases which are being released when a polythene or a plastic is being burnt, but it will not come easily to them. So the same way, when you inculcate the ability to classify on the basis of the properties of the material, on the basis of their life, their shelf life, the use, they are able to segregate, and then they will be able to apply the same knowledge of ability to classify in their environment, and would start segregating the biodegradable and the non-biodegradable waste which comes to their households, and would also be the ambassadors of environmental awareness. The plastic bags, which are a boon or a ban, again correlation with day-to-day events from immediate environment of a child. We can always motivate the students that these plastic bags which are there, you can take them to the sites where clogging of the sewage system is there. So a little rain also brings havoc to the city or havoc to the village life, because all these plastic bags have choked the drain system completely. When we talk about the scientific literacy, there will be correlation with day-to-day events from immediate environment of a child. They would be able to relate, yes, that a very mild rainfall also resulted in so much of water logging in the society. So one of the reason for that could be the plastic bags. So how to cut down on the plastic bags? We could motivate them to use cloth bag, jute bags, and then a small group can be made who can design these bags and distribute them. So this way we would be able to get some employment, entrepreneurship would be nurtured, and the students and the people from the society would be educated also to stop using the plastic bags. The health and hygiene, again I'll share a very small example here. I've been during one of our visits to a religious place, we stopped by to buy something. So there was this vendor who was selling the cut fruits. So we happened to have some knowledge about the health and hygiene. So we just alarmed that vendor that there are so many flies sitting on these fruits. So why don't you rush them away? And the vendor replied me, let them be there, how much they will eat. Now, by this small light-hearted example, that when I am talking to the vendor in context of the disease-causing germs which these flies will be leaving on the food, and if the food is being consumed by someone, they might be prone to infectious diseases. On the other hand, this vendor who is not educated or informed or literate about the health and hygiene parameters, he is taking in terms of the consumption of the food material. So if health and hygiene is being related to the everyone coming there, or the people who are involved in the food industry, we will be able to create that awareness among them, which is also our one ingredient of a scientific attitude, that you question that whatever is happening. Now science, as we are saying, is not a subject, it is an attitude. So science for all does not talk about the curriculum or the subject areas. Science for all talks about a way of life. My way of life is sustainable. When I move out of a room, I make sure I switch off the light and the fan. When I go to the market to procure something, I make sure that I carry a cloth bag for me. Anything happens which is not a regular, someone is looking very pale, I'm genuinely curious to know that what has happened to you. Please get your, there must be some deficiency. Is your diet proper? Get yourself checked. So that nurturing that curiosity to question beliefs and observations. How come crossing of road by a cat can bring some bad omen? Let us go ahead and find out. Explore the answers. Even if somebody has said that this is going to happen, a person with a scientific attitude would like to observe and through observation believe that yes, this happened. Apply the learning to make life better. When we talk about sustainability, health and hygiene, we talk about the scientific literacy, we talk about environment where everyone is healthy, pollution free. It is about that whatever you have learned, you're applying in the right setup, in the right environment, and then further dissemination of it. So science for all, let us commit ourselves to be the ambassadors of the scientific attitude, of curiosity, of innovativeness, and let us take it further. So happy learning to all of you, and let us commit that we will make science a prized possession of each one of us, not confined to the space stations and the surgical instruments. Thank you.
प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो, धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बहुत कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने हम अपना दीप स्वयं बने हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने
घर बैठे पाएं राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय शिक्षा संस्थान यानी NIOS में एडमिशन, वो भी एकदम आसान तरीके से, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को होगी समय और धन दोनों की बचत। NIOS से शिक्षा कभी भी कहीं भी। शिक्षार्थियों, क्या आप जानते हैं NIOS में एडमिशन लेने का सरल और सुगम तरीका, जिससे शिक्षार्थियों को ऑनलाइन प्रवेश लेने में सहूलियत मिलती है। NIOS में प्रवेश की प्रक्रिया पूर्णतया ऑनलाइन है। शिक्षार्थी घर बैठे इंटरनेट द्वारा प्रवेश के लिए सबसे पहले NIOS की वेबसाइट www.nios.ac.in पर लॉगिन करें। अपना ईमेल आईडी और पासवर्ड डालकर अपना पंजीकरण करें। पंजीकरण के बाद लॉगिन करने पर ऑनलाइन प्रवेश हेतु आवेदन पत्र खुलेगा। आवेदन पत्र को निर्देशानुसार भरें और प्रिंट आउट लें। इस प्रिंट आउट पर अपनी फोटो संलग्न करें। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश के लिए शुल्क हेतु भुगतान के तरीके हैं: क्रेडिट कार्ड के द्वारा, डेबिट कार्ड के द्वारा, राष्ट्रीयकृत बैंक के ड्राफ्ट के माध्यम से, जो कि सचिव NIOS नई दिल्ली या नोएडा के पक्ष में देय हो। भरे हुए आवेदन पत्र के साथ साथ डिमांड ड्राफ्ट और संलग्न किए जाने वाले दस्तावेज हैं: जन्म रजिस्ट्रार के जिला कार्यालय से जारी जन्म प्रमाण पत्र की सत्यापित प्रति, जिसमें जन्म तिथि अंकित हो, पिछले विद्यालय से प्राप्त विद्यालय छोड़ने का प्रमाण पत्र, जिसमें आवेदक की जन्म तिथि लिखी हो। प्रवेश फॉर्म का प्रिंट आउट NIOS के संबद्ध क्षेत्रीय केंद्रों पर 10 दिनों में पहुंच जाना चाहिए, अन्यथा उचित दस्तावेज न लगे होने पर आवेदन फॉर्म रद्द किया जा सकता है। प्रवेश प्रक्रिया की पुष्टि होने के बाद शिक्षार्थियों को परिचय पत्र व अध्ययन सामग्री डाक द्वारा तुरंत पहुंचाई जाती है। ऑनलाइन प्रवेश एक बहुत ही सुगम और सुविधाजनक प्रवेश प्रणाली है। ऑनलाइन ऑन टाइम फॉर सेफ एंड सिक्योर एडमिशन।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना जीवन स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना जीवन स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों